Hey there, toy collector friends and Star Trek fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Triple TC, that's the time travelling toy collector, and this is a genuine blast from the past. This is from the Eaglemoss Star Trek Starships collection. It's one of the XL editions, and it is a Klingon Bird of Prey, as it appeared pretty much through the latter part of the original series reign, by which I mean the movies. And it is a beautiful ship. I've not done a Star Trek video for quite a while, and I think this really is a lovely ship. And if you're familiar with the old classic original series variations of the Bird of Prey, then you'll recognise some of the key design traits that have followed through across time, particularly the outstretched wings, the wing tip mounted weapons array, the long neck, not so long on this, but the long neck, and the sort of command capsule at the front, which mirrors some of those old classic D7 type. Is it D7? No, I think it's D6. I don't know, I can't remember. It's very late. Or is it very early? Depends where you are. Excuse me. But yeah, this is again one of those, I think, I mean, look at the intricacy there, just where my hand is. You can see in front of my hand, just the level of detail that's gone into crafting that weapon. You can see that there. There's lots of intricate detail. We'll look at it and we'll take it in hand in a moment. I just really wanted to circle it round for you, so you had a chance to look at all of that surface detailing unabashed, because I really do think it's second to none, you know. And I know there's a lot of stick, a lot of it quite rightly levelled at Eaglemoss at times, dearly departed Eaglemoss, I should say, at times, for the for you just notice that hasn't gone into the that's asking for trouble. I'll leave it for now. I won't tempt fate, but that hasn't gone over the wing as it should have done. About some of the surface detailing and the accuracy of the paint apps, etc, etc. Here we come around again, and that front cockpit is coming into view, and we'll end up with, I quite like the fact that it's a jaunty angle. I thought it was at a jaunty angle, and I thought, oh, why's that happened? That's quite effective, but now I've realised it's due to my own mistake. But you know what, it seems to hold quite well with its centre of gravity, so I'm not going to complain too much. But yeah, I think the detailing on this is particularly good. So let's get it in hand. Again, there are supposedly elements of die cast. It's mostly plastic, but quite robust ABS plastic, robust for a model, as I will always stress, not for a toy that you may, or a child may, expose to some quite robust play. It's not designed for that. So let's come in. Let's zoom in a bit. That might be easier for us. That's a bit of an extreme close up, more of my hand than anything else. On that cockpit area, that's a bit better. And you can see all of that surface detailing there. It's really nice to see. And as we tilt backwards, we can see again some of it. I'll try and get it in the light. I'll do an upside down version. You can sort of see it as we come down, that sort of main photon torpedo launcher area just here. I'll get the light on it in a second when I turn it around. But there's some really nice surface detailing. You can see it on the wings, and as I mentioned earlier, we sort of can get that in focus. Yeah, you can see the intricacy of the detailing on that weapon there. And again, how fragile that would be in the wrong hands. So also don't drop it. So that's why I'm paying devil may care, not having it in the cradle properly. The wash on here is really, really lovely. It does give a sense of it being dirty, of it being quite an old ship. You can see it particularly around here. Look at that. I'll point out that's not me making it dirty because I've not looked after it. This is actually how it appears in the box, fresh out of the box. I'm going to swap it around to a rear view now. I'll do an aerial view as well, so you can get a sense of the shape of those wings, how they come forwards in comparison to that cockpit area. I keep calling it a cockpit, command module perhaps. Again, we can have a little bit of a zoom into the rear portion of the ship there. Again, you can see that lovely surface detailing that we are gifted. And now I shall gently turn it over to let the sun shine on a slightly more detailed area. I'm going to pull out in the first instance, so you can see some lovely silver there underneath the wingtip, and that's mirrored on both sides. You see that lovely silver paintwork there, presumably because there's an expectation that they may tilt slightly to engage the enemy. You can see there's that photon torpedo launcher. There's the underside of the command module. It's a bit Space 1999 there, isn't it? And of course the underside of the Bird of Prey. And you can see again the wing detailing. Absolutely, well, I was going to say spectacular. No, it's spectacular, but it is beautiful. It is done really well. I love the chrome colouring there. I love the fact that it's a bit that the wash is not consistent, so we can see some of that green showing there. I think this is a really well done mould. I really, really like it. I really, really do. I think they've done an excellent job with it. And I think it definitely, given its role in so much of, or this ship's classification, playing so many key strategic parts in so many wonderful Star Trek tales across the generations, really, that it definitely warrants an XL position in the collection. Does it have what it takes to be in your collection? Well, only you truly know the answer to that, and I'd love to know in the comments down below. Similarly, if you missed a chance to pick this up, will you be out looking for it on the convention circuit or on the secondary market via eBay and other online options? I have seen some of the prices coming down from some of the new licensing areas around Star Trek and Doctor Who and similar licenses that were previously held by Eaglemoss, and I haven't decided yet whether they're coming in as a little bit expensive or the 2004 equivalent of what it would have been a couple of years ago, you know, taking into consideration inflation, etc. So I haven't quite decided. The jury is out for me on that one at the moment. But it does feel a little inflated, because it's more expensive for sure. But it's whether or not we're going to see value for money in the models. And also how limited those models are. Because again, the more limited they are, stands to reason the more the market value will be, and indeed will increase over time. Another huge reason that I always advocate, if you are getting any models, be they resin, be they ABS plastic with die cast, whatever they might be, do keep them safe. If you can't confidently display them somewhere where they are safe, or as safe as you can, you know, manage, then do always possibly keep the boxes and have somewhere you can put them for safety's sake, because they are very, very easy to break, to drop, to knock, and bits will fall off. And if you are wanting to retain its value, you want to minimize the amount of damage, obviously. And that goes without saying, but it's so easy to think it's not going to happen to me, I'm not going to drop something. And from personal experience, I've thought that, because I'm being really careful. And no matter how careful you are, destiny will have its own view on whether or not it's going to try and snap off one of the ends of one of your ships. And so take that to heart. Let me know in the comments below if this is something you've picked up, if you like the model. Let me know as well if there's anything you're particularly keen to see coming out under the new licenses from the new companies that are picking up the mantle of Eaglemoss and moving these ships into production and ultimately into our hands. There's a couple I'd like to see, particularly from season 3 of Picard and elsewhere, but we won't dwell on that just yet. I'll save that for a future video, I think. So as I say, let me know in the comments if you picked this up, if you like it, if you wish you'd picked it up, Do you feel like you've missed out because Eaglemoss ceased trading? And as I say, what you might be most looking forward to in the upcoming ranges. Similarly, whilst you're doing that, I'd really appreciate you dropping a like to the channel. I know it's that boring thing that people say when you get to this point in the video. But please, it makes all the difference if you could like it. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, it's completely free. And it would really, really, really help me reach my next milestone in terms of subscribers. And that means the world to me. So if you have subscribed to the channel, let me know in the comments below on this video, and I will respond to show you my appreciation, most definitely. Anyway, that's all I have for you on this, the Klingon Bird of Prey from the Star Trek Starships collection. It's the XL edition, as released previously by Eaglemoss and Hero Collector. And it just remains for me to say thank you for spending the last 10 or 12 minutes with me. I've been the Triple TC, that's the Time Travelling Toy Collector. You've been a fantastic audience, and this has been the Bird of Prey. And I have to close by saying, and I think it's really true in this instance, that a thing of beauty really is a toy forever. Bye-bye for now.